The relationship between music and the brain is literally off the charts. When we experience music, more of our brain becomes active all at the same time than when we experience any other thing that so far has ever been researched. At times like this in the world, when there's uncertainty, fear, anxiety, and we're not sure what's going on, we need our brain to be functioning at its best. As soon as we're even the smallest bit anxious, the prefrontal cortex is part of our brain behind our forehead. It just kind of switches off. And the prefrontal cortex is where all our executive functions are housed. So if this part of the brain isn't working, it makes it really hard to know what to do, to make a decision, to evaluate or analyze, and to make sense of what's going on. And that just perpetuates the anxiety and makes it bigger. So when we experience music by listening to it, thinking about it, or singing, or making it ourselves, we help the prefrontal cortex stay switched on so that we can think clearly. Singing out loud also has this really incredible bonus in that it's literally a controlled breathing technique. It's impossible to breathe in as you sing out. So when I sing, every little cell in my body is happy, every little cell in my body is well, that was one entire out breath. And then you sing in, you breathe in, and then you sing the next phrase. So it's a controlled breath, and it's a breathe in, and it's a controlled breath out, and it's a breathe in, and it's a controlled breath out. It's the most gentle, non-invasive, simple, wonderful way to do controlled breathing with children without having to teach them about breathing. This kind of controlled breathing and even the act of singing in itself activates the vagus nerve, which is what gets our parasympathetic nervous system on and working, and that means our heart rate can come down, our respiratory rate can come down, and we come out of these heightened state of arousals that have us all jumpy and fearful and anxious, and come back to our body and can start to relax and experience regulation. And that is what we need, that is what our children need when we are in a state of disarray. Chanting is the act of singing a short phrase with a simple melody over and over and over and over and over again. So this song, Every Little Cell, when we sing it over and over and over, it's a form of chanting, and that's repetition. Our brain interprets repetition as an input that creates a sense of predictability in the environment. So when we sing this same thing over and over and over, the brain gets to know it, gets to understand it, gets to know that that tune and that repetition actually makes us feel good, and then it's going to predict that that tune is going to happen again and again and again, and then it does. And when it does, the brain goes, okay, I got this. I'm in control here. I'm safe. I know what's going on. I can rest. I can relax. And a brain that feels safe or in control is not a brain that's in survival mode. So if we can create a sense of repetition in our environment that allows our brain to predict what's coming up next, just by the simple act of singing one tune over and over and over and over again, we're literally helping to keep our brain out of survival mode and into a state of regulation. Another benefit of singing, whenever we sing a song that's roughly 80 beats per minute, which is just a nice, slow dun, 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 that is the resting heart rate. And our body has this uncanny ability to fall in sync with the rhythms it hears in its environment. The neural connection between what we hear and our motor cortex, which is the part of the brain involved in telling us how to move, that neural pathway is so dominant and it's so strong. So if we sing a song that's nice and slow, every little cell in the body is happy, and kind of replicates a resting heart rate, our body falls in sync. Our heart rate comes down. Our respiratory rate comes down. And it allows us to experience calm. I lost my track there. I was going to say something else, but I've forgotten what it was. Funnily enough, if we were to sing every little cell in my body's happy, do, 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 and sing it really fast, then actually our motor cortex would tell us, get up, 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 and all of a sudden we would be in more of a frenzy. We would be potentially like, I don't know if I explained that very well. When we sing fast, our body tells us to move fast. And when we are already in a heightened state, the way we are right now, what we want to do is sing nice and slowly. So our brain tells our body to move slowly. Because our children, they might not be voicing concerns around anxiety or fears, but they are feeling a vibe. They are feeling a buzz. We are all experiencing a sense of dysregulation. And if we sing in a nice, slow pulse, nice slow tempo, it allows our brain to tell our body it's okay, it's safe to slow down a little bit, and that helps us really relax. It especially helps us prepare for sleeping. It's a really good thing to do at the end of the day. Funnily enough, if we were to sing every little cell in my body's happy, do, 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 and sing it really fast, then actually our motor cortex would tell us, get up, 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 and all of a sudden we would be in more of a frenzy. We would be potentially like, I don't know if I explained that very well. When we sing fast, our body tells us to move fast. And when we are already in a heightened state, the way we are right now, what we want to do is sing nice and slowly. So our brain tells our body to move slowly. Because our children, they might not be voicing concerns around anxiety or fears, but they are feeling a vibe. They are feeling a buzz. We are all experiencing a sense of dysregulation. And if we sing in a nice, slow pulse, nice slow tempo, it allows our brain to tell our body it's okay, it's safe to slow down a little bit, and that helps us really relax. It especially helps us prepare for sleeping. It's a really good thing to do at the end of the day. And potentially the most important thing about singing is that music transcends all barriers, all cultural barriers, all language barriers. You can be singing this song in your own language, yet we're all singing it together, because music has that power. The tune is the same, the rhythm is the same, the vibration is the same, all of it is the same, except the mother tongue that we give to it. And that truly brings us together in a seriously connected way. And at a time when we are quite physically distant and in reality we are disconnected, this allows us to experience a sense of connectedness globally, which has just been the most beautiful outcome of this song being sung all around the world.